Institute of Teacher Education, and I hand over the session to you, ma'am. Please carry on. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much. I am Madhu Bala, Assistant Professor, Institute of Teachers Education, and it's a great honor for me to be the moderator for this educative technical session of CTPDCON era 2024. Track 5. Track 5 having 3 sub-tracks. The theme of Track 5 is Sustainable Development, Integration of Research, Innovation, Technology and Disaster Management into Education. The sub-theme of this technical session 5.1 is Conceptual Understanding and Awareness of Sustainable Development Goals and Practices. Today's session is all about key concepts, origin and scope of sustainable development, an overview of 17 Sustainable Development Goals, Education for Sustainable Development ESD, the role of educational institutions in sustainable development and the dimensions of sustainable development for education, physical, social, economic and environmental. We have eminent speakers and paper presenters who shall be sharing their expertise and insight in this field. I am delighted to extend a warm welcome to our esteemed chair, Professor Dr. Paresh Shah, Professor in Roy School of Management Studies, Roy University, Ahmedabad, Gujarat, India, and co-chair Dr. Hemant Patidar, Assistant Professor, Department of General and Applied Geography in Hari Singh Gaur Vishwavidyalaya, Sagar, Madhya Pradesh, India, for gracing us with their presence and leading this significant session at CTPDCON era 2024. I extend a warm welcome to our convener, Dr. Shweta Rani, Assistant Professor, Senior Grade, Department of Geography, Dayal Singh College, University of Delhi, New Delhi, India, and co-convener, Dr. Akanksha Srivastava, Associate Professor, School of Education, Sharda University, Greater Noida, Uttar Pradesh, India, and Dr. Mudassir Hamid, Assistant Professor, School of Education, K.R. Mangalam University, Gurugram, Haryana, India. I feel honored to introduce you to Dr. Shweta Rani, convener of Track 5. May I request and invite you, ma'am, to please present an overview of this plenary session 5.1. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Madhubala ma'am, and good afternoon to all. A warm welcome to all the distinguished guests and delegates of CTPDCON era 2024, the second International E-Conference on Educational Reforms and Advancements. I, Dr. Shweta Rani, convener of Track 5, extend a very warm welcome to our chair, Professor Paresh Shah, co-chair, Dr. Hemant Patidar, my two co-conveners, Dr. Akanksha Srivastava and Dr. Mudassir Hamid, the moderator for today's session, Dr. Madhubala, all the paper presenters, participants, and students in Track 5 of CTPDCON era 2024 with the theme Sustainable Development, Integration of Research, Innovation, Technology, and Disaster Management into Education. The sub-theme of this technical session 5.1 is Conceptual Understanding and Awareness of Sustainable Development Goals and Practices. Sustainability is our society's ability to exist and develop, and without depleting all of the natural resources that we all actually need to live in the future. Sustainable development supports this long-term goal with the implementation of systems that we can say, apart from systems, we have the frameworks and support from global, national, and local entities. In broader context, sustainable development is the idea that human societies must live and meet their needs without compromising the ability of future generations to meet their own needs. The official definition of sustainable development was developed and conceived for the first time in the Brundtland Report in 1987. It is a multifaceted approach to a better future that actually seeks to conserve the ecological systems. Sustainable development aims to prevent any harm to the future of the planet. The International Union for Conservation of Nature, that is IUCN, has a similar definition. They say, and they have echoed, that sustainable development is a commitment to improving the quality of human life while living with the carrying capacity of supporting our very own ecosystems. The SDGs aim to transform our world. They are a call to action to end poverty and inequality. That is number one, protect the planet and ensure that all the people on this beautiful planet Earth, they enjoy health, justice, and prosperity. In this connection, the five principles of sustainable development include number one, population management. Number two, that is sustainable development and conservation of biodiversity. Number three, that is ecosystem along with human and their resources. So these are the principles that guide the very naive idea of sustainable development. So with this brief overview of the session, I hand over the podium to Madhubala ma'am to continue with further deliberations of today's session in track 5.1. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much for this wonderful explanation. Now, it is my honor to introduce our esteemed chair, Professor Dr. Paresh Shah, Professor in Roy School of Management Studies, Roy University, Ahmedabad, Gujarat, India. I would like to give a brief introduction of Professor Shah. He is having a vast experience over 37 years of combined industry and academic experience. Holds qualification MCom, LIB and PhD in finance. Currently, Professor Shah is serving as principal and professor at Roy Business School, Ahmedabad. He is freelance management teacher with expertise in finance, accounting and control. Professor Shah authored multiple books including publications with Oxford University Press and Wiley. Professor Shah has published over 40 research papers in national and international journals and received several prestigious awards, including Global Outstanding Management Teacher Award 2015, Bharat Excellence Award 2012. Professor Shah is the fellow member of the Institute of Coast Accountants of India and serves on editorial board of international journals. His research and teaching focus on financial accounting, cost and management accounting, and financial management. Professor Shah is actively involved in advancing financial methodologies and management practices. With your guidance, we are confident that this session will be a resounding success, leaving a lasting impact on all participants. May I invite Professor Paresh Shah to deliver his address. Welcome, sir.
Yes, greetings to every one of you. Now I am directly coming on the saying of the skin, and I hope that it is being now viewable to every one of you. Does
Yes,
my
sir. It
skin
is
is
visible,
viewable?
sir.
Okay. Now when we try to be looked towards, the working is to be done. It's very categorically, I'm not taking a much time because as we have been passing through the some niche amount of the time available at this moment. So I am trying to be start this particular discussion. As that Dr. Svetayani have very clearly mentioned at this moment that uh, sustainable development is basically multifaceted and it is a commitment towards improving the life of the each and every individual. She has made a base for me because today my discussion is going to be of 7 minutes or so. speedily I will be discussing about how the socio-economic development can be happen for the same. Now, when we try to be look towards the sustainable development is number one, looks towards the environment suitability, that we have to protect our nature resources and we have to minimize the population. By that, we can manage, preserve the biodiversity. And once there is the environmental sustainability is there, then the society at large is going to be get the equity benefits, that human rights are going to be safeguarded, communities are going to be empowered to work on that, and which in turn isn't into economic growth and is provide the decent working opportunities. And it is going to be isn't into the responsible consumption and production pattern. Responsible consumption and production pattern means on type of the food grains, etc., are going to be available of a better nature, not going to be adulterated in any way. So the importance of the socio-economic livelihood improvement is happen. Number one is going to support to reduce the poverty and inequality among the society. It means that the gap between the rich and poor is going to be narrowed out. That is one of the very important things. As in India, we know there is a very wide gap is there, but such type of gap may not be advisable. So once there is no gap, it is going to be enhance our human well-being, so that sufficient money is available for the education, healthcare, and all other essential services. Like we can say electricity, transportation, and those things. So once the electricity, transportations, and on type of the education and healthcare is available, there is going to be the social cohesion will be happen. So it creates the belongingness towards the community, society at large, and it contributes to the sustainable development. Now, when we look specifically towards the developing countries and underdeveloped countries, we have the challenges is happen in the sustainable livelihood, that is the poverty and inequality. As we rightly know, in India, nearly 60% of the people are below poverty line, because our government is also saying that there is 80 crore people, the food have been provided. So when we take it from the 140 lakh population, so 140 crore population, 80 lakh means more than 60%. They have the lack of resources, as we know, including Gujarat and every place, water logging, getting the clean water and energy, hinders the development. And because of the global warming, we are facing the extreme problem of the weather events and environmental degradations. So this makes the livelihood is very difficult, which we have seen very recently in the some part of the Gujarat and also Delhi side. So these challenges are required to be improved upon by involving the strategies. So number one, the very important thing is that the local communities should have the ownership. So when we can say that our municipal commissioner or the people who are being elected by us, they should be go on looking towards the local ownership of the area they are representing. They should promote at the same moment the agriculture. Agriculture land should not be converted into the non-agriculture land and allowing to make the concrete jungle in that area. Agri-business development should be done, and micro-level enterprise should be involved upon, resulted into more and more employment will be generated, and inequality among the society is going to be reduced. And once it's been done, we should always involve upon enhancing the education and healthcare sector. Like privatization of the schools and education may be somewhere difficult. There is a quantity even of the public school should be there. Public healthcare sector should be there. Once it is being done, it is going to be foster the inclusive and equitable economic growth of the society at large. Next, we should try to manage that whether the livelihood have been improved upon or not, to ensure the effectiveness and the progress towards it. Some places we have found that the bridges are constructed and within the 6 month or 1 year time, it is collapsed. That is basically somewhere the difficult parameters. So there is an empowering of the local community should be done by getting the community ownership by them for decision making. Local leadership means society-wise, area-wise, local leaders should be developed and participatory decision making. The residential within a particular local area should be partnering for the decision making. Whether there is a broadening of the road is to be done or not, what way the facilities are to be provided. We can have the sustainable agriculture and entrepreneur can be happen when we are going to be improve upon environmental friendly practices and techniques are to be done so that nature resources are being managed by us. Agriculture business development is to be done by supporting SMEs in processing and distribution of the agricultural product. Corporate level agricultural product processing may not be providing such level of the employment. Micro enterprise creation should be done for sustainable development. And market and the financing facilities should be available across the place. Enhancing here specifically, I put the 2 points very categorically. Number one, education, and second is the health. It is not in the sequence anyway. Very well, we can say that if the society, individuals' health is good, then they are capable enough to get a nutritious food, isn't it, into quality level of the education can become. If they have the education is there, they are capable enough to maintain their nutritious health. This is the way we have to make the vocational training and skill development should be done and make sure that there is essential medicines are being available without any adulteration. Pure medicine should be available for the same. And that is going to be resulted into the fostering of the inclusive and equitable economic growth can be happen. So fair trade practices are to be happen at a local community level, state level, where the SMEs or women entrepreneurs should be allowed to participate in the fair trade, have the opportunity to send the product they have made it on their own. And that is, once it is being done, they will be getting a responsive investment is being done by them. Now, whatever we say, we have to measure our outcome. As a teacher, we always say that whatever the learning objective we determine, we should achieve for that. So that is the learning outcomes are to be managed by us. So there is a proper level of the data connection and analysis is to be done at a very, very basic level of the local area, that whether the local area have been benefited or not. Impact of the assessment is to be done. Does it has improved the life or hardened the life? Like number of places we heard that there is a bridges are being constructed, resulted into traffic jamming is happening more. So that is the impact of the assessment. And whatever we learn from that, so we should use that learning insight for monitoring and take the initiative for the future management. Here my small introductions have been given, that I have been very recently honored by the certificate of the World Records, and I am also being very recently awarded by the Peter Drucker Management Excellence Award for achieving the excellence in applied research in the accounting, basically the modern approach of accounting, which is being taken away across the globe, and Oxford University is being publishing the same. I'm also the alumni of the nearly 8 famous institutions across the globe, and anyone can contact me through my website. They can associate with me, or they can just write my name with my website name, and they can approach to me. Thank you very much to the members, organizing committee, Dr. Sanjay Kumar, President of the CTPD, Dr. Gopan K. Thakur, Chief Advisor of the CTPD, Dr. Satyendra Gupta, Program Director, also the Dr. Sweta Yani and Dr. Madhubana as a coordinator. And also I like to pass on my greetings to provide me the opportunity to the own directors of the different circles of the CTPD and the SDIF. I may have forgotten some of the name, but I pass on my respect to everyone. Thank you very much. Now I request the Madhubana to take over the charge of the same.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Your insights have left an indelible mark on us all. Now, I feel privileged to introduce our esteemed
Paresh sir, you are kindly requested to stop sharing the slide.
Yes, I'm doing the same thing, madam.
Thank you so much, sir.
I hope I have stopped it.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much.
Okay. It takes some moment for me always. Okay.
No issues, sir.
Okay, now you can start.
Thank you, sir. I feel privileged to introduce our esteemed co-chair, Dr. Hemant Patidar, Assistant Professor, Department of General and Applied Geography, Hari Singh Gaur Vishwavidyalaya, Sagar, Madhya Pradesh, India. I would like to give a brief introduction of Dr. Patidar. Dr. Hemant has completed his MA in Geography and PhD from Banaras Hindu University, focused on the research area of population geography and the interface between population and development. Dr. Patidar has authored several research papers, notable topics including fertility behavior among tribal women and livelihood security in rural India, which published in reputed journals such as Forum for Development Studies in Space and Culture, India. Dr. Patidar has presented work at numerous national and international conferences. He is the member of the High Level Steering Committee for NEC. Dr. Hemant has awarded with Junior and Senior Research Fellowship from UGC and given significant contribution to teaching and research in the field of geography. We eagerly anticipate the insights and discussion that will unfold under your guidance. Thank you, sir. Now, we are pleased to announce that during the valedictory session, the Best Paper Presentation Awards won from each plenary track session will be announced. The evaluation criteria for the award include content quality, clarity of presentation, effective use of visual aids, and time management. We kindly request the session chair and co-chair to submit the name of the best paper presentation from their session to the track convener for final consideration. We now commence with the paper presentation. Let me reiterate and request the presenters to be concise and adhere to the time limit of 5 minutes for your presentation. Without further ado, I would like to invite Chair Professor Shah to officially commence this session. Co-Chair Dr. Patidar, we look forward to your valuable contributions throughout the session and the dynamic synergy you will create with Chair Professor Shah. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, madam. Now I request Mr. Samnan Bhatyata and Sabaj Kumar Saini to make the first presentation relating to the conceptual understanding of the sustainable development.
Sir, Dr. Shyamlal has just messaged me that his battery of the laptop has gone down. So he'll join in a
Okay.
while. By the time we can take the next
We
presentation, the
can take
second.
the Aisha Manik,
Yes, sir.
and she is going to be discuss about the key concept, origin and scope of the sustainable development. She is from the UP, India. May I request now Aisha Manik to make the presentation?
Yes, sir.
Yes, Aisha Manik can start the presentation and make it available on the screen, please. Screen presentation to be done.
Ma'am, my screen is visible.
Yes, so your screen is visible, but make it as a F5 so that it
Okay,
can be
okay,
properly
sir.
seen by us.
Okay, sir. A very good afternoon to one and all present here. I am Aisha Malik, Ahmed scholar from Ramchaveli Chedda Vishwaskars College, Ghaziabad. Today, I am honored to present my work on key concepts, origin, and scope of sustainable development. This topic is critical as we explore how economic growth, social inclusion, and environmental protection can be balanced for a sustainable future. I look forward to discussing key concepts, pillars of sustainable development, challenges, case studies, success stories, and conclusions. So sustainable development is a development that meets present needs without compromising future generations' ability to meet their own needs. And its main components are economic growth, social inclusion, and environmental protection. Its prominence gained through the 1987 Brutal Report. The Brutal Report it's published by the World Commission of Environment and Development, which introduced the concept of sustainable development first time. This report highlights the interconnection between economic growth, environmental protection, and social equity. The key concepts of sustainable development first is intergenerational equity, which ensures that the present generation use resources in a way that the present uh, environmental and opportunities of future generation, allowing them to meet their own needs without facing resource scarcity and also environmental degradation. And second one is intergenerational equity, which focus on fairness with the current generation, ensuring equal access to resources and opportunities and benefits while reducing poverty and addressing social inequality across different regions and communities. Third one is sustainable use of resources, which is managing natural resources responsible to ensure they remain available for future generations, balancing current consumption with long-term preservation and environmental health. Last one is environmental sustainability, the responsible management and conservation of natural resources and ecosystem to ensure their health and also availability for future generation by minimizing pollution and preservation, environmental degradation. Uh, the main pillars of sustainable development are economic sustainability, social sustainability, and environmental sustainability. Economic sustainability ensures long-term growth without depleting resources, focusing on innovation, fair in employment and its efficient use of resources. And social sustainability promotes social equity, human rights, and access to basic needs like healthcare and education, aiming to reducing poverty and inequality in the society. And the third pillar is environmental sustainability, which emphasizes the protection of natural resources and ecosystem, ensuring they remain viable for future generation by addressing issues like pollution, biodiversity loss, climate change, and etc. These pillars work together to achieve a balanced and sustainable future for all. Uh, there are many challenges we face in sustainable development, in which economic growth versus sustainability is the first, which in which balancing short-term gains with long-term environmental health, and second is political and social barriers, lack of political will, public awareness and education, and last is measurement issues, difficulty in measuring multidimensional progress. Some global success stories and also key lessons which are very famous in sustainable development. First one is Costa Rica campaign of renewable energy. They achieve over 98% of electricity from renewable resources such as hydroelectricity, wind energy, solar energy, etc. And secondly, they also protected 25% of its land for conservation, becoming a global leader in environmental sustainability. And also, Sweden, the recycling pioneer, they almost zero waste to landfill, turns waste into energy. Also, advanced system in recycling and waste management, setting benchmark for sustainable living in our society. Key lesson for the key lessons which we gain from the failures. First one is biofuel projects results in deforestation and impacted biodiversity, showing the need for careful planning. And second is urban growth challenges. Cities like Jakarta highlights the complexity of implementing sustainable urban planning in rapidly growing regions.
Aisha, please come to the conclusion.
Yes, sir. Last is my conclusion, in which innovation trends which shape the future, in which breakthrough in renewable energy, smart technologies, and circular economics are driven global sustainable efforts. Secondly, education also play a role in this. So education, the crystals for change, empowering individuals through education and raising public awareness is vital for building a sustainable, informed society. Global unity, the key to the success. Collaborative efforts across nations and essentials to tackling global challenges like climate change, ensuring a sustainable future for all. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Aisha. Now I request Dr. Anupam Bansal.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Myself,
Okay.
Shyamlal Bhatia. Yes, I am.
Okay, yes, you were waiting.
one.
We were waiting
Yeah.
for you.
Thank you.
Yes, yes, Shyamlal Bhatia, you can start the presentation of the conceptual understanding of the Sustainable Development Goal.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, Madhubana ma'am, he can make the full present.
Dr. Shyamlal Bhatia ji, please show your slide.
Yes, yes.
Dr. Shyamlal, you have the 4 minutes having available to make the presentation. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
You have to be very precise and come to your main findings at an earliest moment, the methodology you have used, and your main findings should be given very categorically.
Yes.
I think you have not made your presentation ready at this moment, then we may move to the next one.
Sir,
Because
I'm
if it is
trying to
going to
show
be
my
take the
I'm
time, we don't want to waste the time. Till moment, Dr. Anupam Bansal will make himself
Yes, sir.
properly available, and
Yes,
you
sir.
can start your say. Same way, the Dr. Yuchi should also make herself ready, so that time may not be wasted for just the thing. Okay. Now, Dr. Anupam Bansal is going to start the discussion on the comparison of the dimensions of the sustainable development among the teachers. Dr. Anupam Bansal,
Yes, sir.
start it. Make your full screen presentation.
Dr. Shamlal, you need to stop your slide here.
My presentation is visible.
Yes, visible,
Yes.
Anupam.
So, good afternoon, everyone. Dr. Anupam Bansal, Assistant Professor, KIT College, Gurgaon. Today, I will be presenting my research on sustainable development, uh, education among secondary school teachers, where I explored three components of sustainability, that is environmental, social, and economic, their critical awareness, attitudes, practices of teachers towards sustainability. So first of all, education for sustainable development includes knowledge about the sustainability, inculcate the values and skills in the teachers as well as the students. The three pillars of sustainability that I chosen are environmental, social, and economic. So understanding the role of teachers in implementing sustainable practices in school is crucial as they influence both curriculum and the behavior of students uh, towards the environmental stewardship. So coming towards the need and significance of my study, excuse me, this study underscores the profound impact of teacher sustainable habits on both their personal and professional lives. So it directly impacts the lives of their students. By promoting sustainable practices, teachers can inspire a culture of environmental protector and social responsibility within the school community. Teachers also support the sustainable development to promote sustainable practices for creating a sustainable environment in the education sector. Objectives of my study are, first objective of my study, the study aims to compare the environmental, social, and economic aspects of sustainable development between male and female secondary school teachers. Second objective is the research will also compare the environmental, social, and economic aspects of sustainable development between private and government secondary school teachers. There are the two hypotheses based on the objectives. Number one is there is no significant difference in the environmental, social, and economic aspects of sustainable development between male and female secondary school teachers. Second one is there is no significant difference in the environmental, social, and economic aspects of sustainable development between private and government secondary schools. So research design includes my research is descriptive in nature. And I collected the data from the 200 secondary school teachers of Gurugram district only. And the scale I used, that tool I used for the study is Sustainable Habit Scale developed by Sona Dikshit and Lakshmi Khandelwal in 2018. And the statistical techniques for collecting the data, I analyze the statistical techniques such as mean, standard deviation, and t-value to determine significant difference among the groups. This is the table that's showing the T ratio of all the three dimensions on the basis of gender, environmental, social, and economic. So these all three, and the graph showing the difference between the mean and standard deviation of male and female. Here we can see that female teachers having the greater mean as compared to the male teachers at all the three aspects, environmental, social, and economic. And all the three T ratios are significant at 0.01 level. So we can say that the results showing at the gender, we can say that the female teachers have good sustainable environmental habits as compared to the male teachers. Similarly, my research shows that the female teachers have more up to date regarding green initiatives than the male teachers. They are more socially demonstrating greater commitment to social responsibilities as compared to the male teachers. And also, my research shows that the female secondary school teachers have more awareness about the consumption and financial practices as compared to the male teachers on the part of sustainable habits. Second hypothesis is on the school type differences. So this is a result of government and private school teachers. Here are the T ratios and the graph showing the mean and standard deviation of male and female teachers. But here my result shows there is no significant difference between male and government and private school teachers on the basis of environment and social and economic in the Gurugram district. So both the school teachers from the private or the government school having the same amount of, I must say, awareness about the environmental practices, and they have same amount of awareness about the social responsibility, community engagement, as well as the economic responsibility. So education implications of my study shows the finding highlights the importance of promoting gender equity in sustainable practices within education institutions. Schools should encourage both male and female teachers to actively engage in sustainable initiatives. And integrating sustainability in curriculum, schools should integrate sustainability in all the curriculum, from science subjects to as languages, or in all the subjects, school have to inculcate the sustainability in their curriculum. Third one is school should foster collaboration between students, teacher, and community to implement sustainable practices. This is the future scope, as we know that I study on the secondary school teachers. So in future, we can study, anyone can study on the primary schools or universities. Future research should explore factors that may influence the difference observed between male and female teachers, such as cultural norms, educational backgrounds, and professional development and opportunities. So there must be the longitudinal studies, over the time, the insights into the trends changes, and also the study habits among teachers may change. So to conclude, I would like to say this study has highlighted the importance of understanding the sustainability of teachers and promoting their engagement in environmental, social, and economic responsibility. By addressing gender differences and fostering collaboration across school types, educators can contribute significantly to building
Okay, thank you very much,
future.
uh,
Thank you,
Dr.
sir.
Anupama. Now I request Dr. Shamlan, if he is available and capable to make presentation immediately, he can start it, or Dr. Yuchi Bhargava may start it. Yes, Dr. Yuchi
Yes,
Bhargava,
sir.
you can start your
Sir,
presentation.
thanks. Myself Shamlal Batiata. Sir, I'm trying to show the slides now. My presentation.
No, but at this moment,
Sir,
the
if it is not
presentation
possible
started
by
Dr.
you,
Yuchi.
so excuse me, sir, if it is not possible by Dr. Shamlal Batiata, so may I run their slide?
Yes, you can run it. But Dr.
No,
Yuchi have already started it.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Dr. Yuchi have already started presentation.
Okay, after that,
So
sir.
she should
Okay,
complete.
sir. I will present after this.
Okay. So Dr. Yuchi is going to be discuss about the environmental, economy, and society intervene further as a journey of the sustainable development. Yes, Dr. Yuchi. Dr. Yuchi Agavan, please make it as a full screen.
Have my slide is visible to you? Am I audible?
Yes, you are audible.
And my slide is shared or not, sir?
Your slides are shared, but it is not in the full form. Make it as a full screen.
I will do. So, very good afternoon to all of you. My topic is, I'm Dr. Ruchi Bhargav, and my topic is Environment, Economy, and Society, the twined journey of sustainable development. First of all, I want to discuss some questions that we considered for this topic, that how can we balance economic growth with environmental protection in developing regions? What role do local communities play in driving sustainable development, and how can their knowledge be integrated into broader policy making? In what ways can business adopt sustainable practice without sacrificing profitability? How do cultural values and societal norms influence the effectiveness of sustainable development initiatives? And what metrics can be used to assess the success of sustainable development effort across different sectors? So we all know that sustainable development demands a holistic approach, recognizing the interconnectedness of environment, economy, and society. A healthy environment provides the foundation for economic prosperity and societal well-being, while economic activities and social structures can have significant environmental impacts. We all know that these are the key areas of sustainable development, like environment, economy, social development, and institutions. So first of all, I will take four pillars and I will show you my self-made tutorial to you on the basis of sustainable development in the classroom. So first of all, the environmental pillar, this pillar focus on protecting the natural world that sustain us. It encompasses issues like climate change, mitigation,
मधुबना जी, उसकी स्किन नहीं घूम रही है.
sustainable resource management, pollution control, preserving ecosystems. The economic pillar focuses on economic.
Dr. Bhargav, your slides are not moving.
Yes, your slides are not been moving.
Ma'am, please show your slides on the full screen view.
Full view, and it should be moved along with your discussion.
Yes. Please change the slide according to your headings. I have changed the slide according to my presentation.
And make it as a full screen.
Sir, it is full screen.
Okay, continue, whatever way.
The environmental pillar is the focus on climate change, adaptation, pollution control, preservation system. The second pillar is the social pillar, which focuses on poverty eradication, gender equality, social justice.
Your voice is not clear and not audible properly.
Ma'am, it is not audible?
Now it's audible, ma'am.
Okay. So these three pillars are not separated entities, but rather interconnected aspects of holistic approach. Ma'am, you are not audible. I want to show you my tutorial, which is environmental. Now it is selecting on YouTube. Visible, ma'am?
Maybe we can create a newsletter or blog.
Ma'am, is it visible? Yes, ma'am.
Good morning, ma'am. What is the topic for today?
Good morning, Rahul. So why are you standing? Go and sit on your chair, and then we will discuss the today's topic. Good morning, class. Today we are diving into a very important topic, fostering collaboration with peers and stakeholders to advance sustainable education. Can anyone guess why collaboration is important when it comes to sustainability?
Because
Yes, you can come to the conclusion. We cannot run the 4-minute video showing this.
work together.
Your video is supposed to be 4 minutes,
Working together allows us
which we cannot allow it because there is a time limit is 5.
Sorry, sir.
Come to the conclusion. Your voice is not audible. Madhubana ji, her voice is not audible.
Yes, sir.
Now
Ruchi
let
ma'am,
me,
your voice is not audible. Please manage.
we may request the Shamnan to start his work.
Sir, thank you. Thank you.
Okay, Yuchi, you can stop your screen sharing so Shamnan can do it. Dr. Shamnan, you can start it.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, sir. My screen is visible, sir?
No, not visible.
Yes.
Your that
Desktop.
laptop is visible. I think you have some problem in your PPT show. So we may go to the
Ma'am,
Dr.
yeah,
Kaveri account.
yes,
Excuse me, sir.
I
May I
request,
show?
yeah, ma'am.
Yes, you can show it, Madhubana.
Thank you, sir. Sir, is it visible now?
Not now it is
Yes,
visible.
yes,
Yes, now it is
yes,
visible.
ma'am, it is. Thank you. Thank you, ma'am. Good
Okay, sir.
afternoon, all
Please
of
start.
you. Yeah. Respected convener, Dr. Sweta Rani ma'am, co-convener, Dr. Madhuvala ma'am, and chairperson, Professor Paresh Shah sir, and all participants. My topic is education for sustainable development. And if we discuss about sustainable development, we mean that how sustainable development help the society at the global level. I have made this topic in first of all introduction that in the beginning it was discussed in 1970s by Barbara Ward, and later on in UN convention it was discussed in 1966 the concept of education for sustainable development. तो जो सतत विकास के लिए शिक्षा है, सतत विकास का आशय एक ऐसा शैक्षिक दृष्टिकोण है जिससे कि जो भावी भविष्य है उसके लिए ज्ञान और कौशल के रूप में विकसित कर सकते हैं, और सतत विकास में सामाजिक आर्थिक सोशियो इकोनॉमिक एनवायरमेंटल डेवलपमेंट ये पक्ष पे हम क्या नया कर सकते हैं. नेक्स्ट स्लाइड दिखाइए मैम. नेक्स्ट स्लाइड प्लीज. जो सस्टेनेबल डेवलपमेंट है, यस इसमें जो 2030 एजेंडा में सस्टेनेबल डेवलपमेंट के लिए 5 P's. द फर्स्ट वाज पीपल, प्लेनेट, प्रॉस्पेरिटी एंड पीस पार्टनरशिप. So first problem at the global level in many countries was poverty and hunger. So all these agenda was for 2030 agenda goals. The aim of educational for sustainable development is to create society for living condition and resources to meet human needs without impairing the integrity. Sustainable development needs the economy, environment, and social welfare, quality education, an important key and tool to achieve the more sustainable society. And in Johannesburg UN Convention 2002, all the countries were committed for to achieve the sustainable goals, which are 17 sustainable goals. Next, the education for sustainable development here is that to develop society in a such a way that their living standard, their education, and they will play a vital role in for the society and for the welfare of our peoples. Next slide, ma'am. Next. Yeah, scope of sustainable education. When we want to discuss or we want to know about sustainable development, first of all, we need about the education. that how education can impart a role. So here are some of areas, some scope for sustainable education are adult education. First of all, we need that how the adult person play their role for the sustainable development. Population education, we need to pay attention for the whole population regarding the education, dissemination education, and environmental education. Next slide.
So next slide is conclusion.
Okay. So here, sustainable development is completely remove the poverty and establish social justice and complete equality in all the society. Main problem which we are facing in today global level is hunger and poverty and the case of economic social justice. So these all whichever sustainable goals were assigned 17 goals. So out of 17 goals, mainly social justice, economic justice, and the removing of poverty and hunger, these are very essential that we need at global level to overcome these problems. And main another one is that today we are using natural resources at very extent level that for the future purpose, in the future there may be the crisis of energy and all these. About 100 years ago, Mahatma Gandhi said that there are enough resources in nature to satisfy human needs, but not enough to satisfy greed. And this is too right. It means today, in present era, human beings are destroying resources or utilizing the resources without looking forward for the future problems. Thus, we can say that sustainable development is a concept of development in which development policies take care to ensure not only the present needs of human beings, but also the human needs to fulfill in the long run. And this special attention is given to the protection of environment. So here, I would like to conclude this presentation with that if we are discussing about social sustainable development related to the education, so we need to impart or we need to prepare our students, teachers, society regarding the natural resources, environment protection, humanity, and health issues. So all in these area today, whichever goals, 17 goals are decided. But
now we may try to
mainly
talk
we
to
have to
Dr.
focus.
Kaveri to make the presentation.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, sir, and thank you all
Thank you.
participants.
Thank you,
Dr.
sir.
Kaveri, please. She is going to be talk about the gender gap in the India's labor force as a one of the challenge in the social development.
I think, sir, she has not joined yet, so we should call Dr. Parul Agarwal. Paper presentation 7.
Okay. Yes, she is going to be talk about the study of the impact of sustainable development goal on the same, on the Indian education. Pranav Kumar has also not joined.
He has joined.
Yes, sir, I'm there.
Good afternoon, everyone. And my topic is, am I audible?
Yes, you are audible.
And my slides are visible, I guess.
Yes.
Yes, visible, but show the full screen view.
Okay, ma'am, you can just give me a minute.
Sure.
ये full screen पे नहीं आ रही है, ma'am. Is there any problem, I guess? I'm pressing F5 also, but it's not visible, I guess.
Ma'am, just scroll down the arrow and you will got a slideshow button where you see the percentage like 81% and 90%.
Yes.
Yeah.
So here you can press that button. Just click on that particular icon and your slides will show on full screen.
Yes, now it's okay.
Now it's okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Yes.
it's okay.
Okay. Sorry for wasting the time. And बस मैं क्विक शुरू करूंगी, बायलिंगुअल है तो मैं हिंदी में भी अपना बोलूंगी, तो मेरे ख्याल से समझ में आ जाएगा, क्योंकि मैं हिंदी की टीचर हूँ, हिंदी पढ़ाती हूँ एजुकेशन डिपार्टमेंट में, मंगल में कॉलेज में मैं BA B.Ed को हिंदी और होम साइंस पढ़ाती हूँ। तो माय टॉपिक इज स्टडी ऑफ इफेक्ट ऑफ सस्टेनेबल डेवलपमेंट गोल्स ऑन इंडियन एजुकेशन। तो ये जो टॉपिक है इसमें मैंने 4 चीज़ों को, 4 क्वेश्चंस को कंसीडर किया है। व्हाट इज सस्टेनेबल डेवलपमेंट एंड गोल्स, एंड व्हाट आर द डिफरेंट स्ट्रेटजीज कैन बी अडॉप्टेड फॉर बिल्डिंग अ सस्टेनेबल फ्यूचर, which are the limitation in our education system for achieving sustainable development, and what are the future work suggestion for effective implementation of sustainable development goals in education system। अब बात अगर सस्टेनेबल डेवलपमेंट की जाए तो मैं एक कोट से शुरुआत करूंगी। प्रकृति की गोद में खेल अबोध से सुबोध बना मनुष्य, प्रकृति की गोद में खेल अबोध से सुबोध बना मनुष्य, पर तरक्की की चाह में आने वाली पीढ़ी का भी भविष्य पूरा मनुष्य। इन्हीं सब चीजों को देखते हुए, क्योंकि फ्यूचर जनरेशन का भी हमें ध्यान रखना है, तो सस्टेनेबल डेवलपमेंट की शुरुआत हुई। सितंबर 2000 में एक बनाया गया मिलेनियम डेवलपमेंट गोल्स डिसाइड किए गए, जिन्होंने 8 गोल्स बनाए, जिसमें पावर्टी, हंगर, यूनिवर्सल प्राइमरी एजुकेशन, जेंडर इक्वालिटी, चाइल्ड मॉर्टेलिटी और हेल्थ को इम्प्रूव करने के लिए, साथ साथ HIV, एड्स और एनवायरमेंटल सस्टेनेबिलिटी और ग्लोबल पार्टनरशिप पे ध्यान दिया गया। इसके बाद अब जो है रिसेंटली ये इसमें बोला गया कि 17 गोल्स होने चाहिए जिनको हमें कैटर करना है, और 3 बातों का हमें 3 पिलर्स का ध्यान रखना है, एनवायरमेंटल प्रोटेक्शन, सोशल डेवलपमेंट एंड इकोनॉमिक ग्रोथ। क्योंकि पॉल्यूशन वगैरह से हमने एनवायरमेंट को, ट्रीज कट करके हमने एनवायरमेंट को भी बहुत खत्म कर दिया है। सोशल डेवलपमेंट भी हमें ध्यान रखना है, जो कि विदाउट एजुकेशन पॉसिबल नहीं है, और एजुकेशन होगी, प्रॉपर एजुकेशन मिलेगी, इकोनॉमिक ग्रोथ होगी, तो अपने आप से सस्टेनेबल डेवलपमेंट होता चला जाएगा। तो ये 3 बातों का हमें ध्यान रखना है। अब जैसे कि गोल्स की बात करते हैं, 17 गोल्स की, तो सबसे पहला गोल यही है, नो पॉवर्टी, सेकेंड जीरो हंगर, थर्ड हेल्थ एंड वेलबींग। अब जो 4th क्वालिटी एजुकेशन वाला है, दिस इज रिलेटेड विद आवर टॉपिक। जनरली एजुकेशन में ये क्वालिटी एजुकेशन वाला गोल NEP 2020 ने भी बोला है कि इसको फॉलो करना है, जिसमें इंक्लूसिव एंड इक्विटेबल क्वालिटी एजुकेशन है और लाइफ लॉन्ग लर्निंग सभी के लिए अपॉर्चुनिटी होनी चाहिए। राइट टू एजुकेशन के बाद हमारी NEP आई है, और जो कि जिसमें ये बोला गया है कि इंक्लूसिव एजुकेशन और सभी बच्चों को पढ़ने का राइट, जो राइट टू एजुकेशन में हम बोल चुके हैं, वो फुलफिल होना चाहिए। उसके बाद बाकी गोल्स भी हैं, जेंडर इक्वलिटी, क्लीन वाटर, अफोर्डेबल एंड क्लीन एनर्जी, डिसेंट वर्क, जो हम सभी जानते हैं। 17 गोल्स टोटल सस्टेनेबल डेवलपमेंट के आए हैं। लेकिन हमारे जो गोल है मेन यहाँ पर 4 है, जिसमें हम एजुकेशन की बात करते हैं, जिसको ध्यान में रखकर हमारी कुछ पॉलिसीज भी हैं। सर्व शिक्षा अभियान, राइट टू एजुकेशन, जो बेसिकली नीड कैटर करती हैं एलिमेंट्री एजुकेशन की, जिससे कि एनरोलमेंट बढ़े और हर बच्चे को पढ़ने का अधिकार मिले, क्योंकि हम शिक्षा से वंचित हर किसी को नहीं कर सकते। हर बच्चे का राइट है पढ़ना, और इसी टर्म्स में NEP 2020 आई, उसने यही बोला कि सबको इंक्लूड करना है, हम किसी को भी छोड़कर नहीं चलेंगे। एजुकेशन फॉर ऑल एंड एडमिशन वी कैन नॉट डिनाई एनीवन फ्रॉम द स्कूल। तो ये बातें ध्यान में रखकर NEP चल रही है, और इसी के एम को ध्यान में रखते हुए हमें सस्टेनेबल डेवलपमेंट आगे फॉलो करना है। और भी कई सारे इनिशिएटिव हैं, बड़े भारत, बेटी बचाओ बेटी पढ़ाओ, प्रधानमंत्री पोषण शक्ति निर्माण, सब कुछ इसीलिए है कि वो एलिमेंट्री एजुकेशन से लेके हायर एजुकेशन तक की नीड को कैटर कर सके और हमारे सभी बच्चे स्कूल में जा सके। इसके बाद हमारे एजुकेशन सिस्टम में चेंजेस भी आए, जिससे कि बहुत एनरोलमेंट बढ़ सके। 10+2 का जो प्रोग्राम है वो 5+3+3+4 के अकॉर्डिंग होना चाहिए, ये भी ध्यान रखा गया, जिसमें प्ले ग्रुप से लेके हायर एजुकेशन को 4 कैटेगरी में बांट दिया गया। और इसी पॉलिसी को ध्यान में रखकर आगे सस्टेनेबल डेवलपमेंट की बात की गई है। सस्टेनेबल डेवलपमेंट के जो गोल्स हैं, उससे पूरा का पूरा एजुकेशन सिस्टम को, इकोनॉमी को, जिससे पूरा मतलब एक तरह का कहना चाहिए संबल मिले, सहारा मिले, वो सब ध्यान में रखा गया। लेकिन बात दरअसल ये है कि हम पॉलिसीज बहुत अच्छी बनाते हैं, लेकिन इम्प्लीमेंटेशन में चूक जाते हैं, क्योंकि हमारी अपनी लिमिटेशंस हैं। लिमिटेशंस क्या है हमारे सिस्टम की? लिमिटेड रिसोर्सेज है, कैपेसिटी बिल्डिंग, क्योंकि अब वैसे हम लोग जैसे आजकल मिल रहे हैं, वर्कशॉप हो रही है, सेमिनार हो रही है, काफी कुछ बड़ा है, लेकिन ये पहले पॉसिबल नहीं था और कई जगह अभी भी पॉसिबल नहीं हो पाता। तो ट्रेनिंग इंक्रीज करनी चाहिए, इंस्टीट्यूशनल बैरियर्स हैं, हर इंस्टीट्यूट में हर फैसिलिटी अवेलेबल नहीं है, लिमिटेड एक्सेस है एजुकेशन का, लैक ऑफ अवेयरनेस है, अंडरस्टैंडिंग की अवेयरनेस नहीं है, लोगों को समझ ही नहीं है कि कितना हम कहाँ पर बच्चों को भेजें, कैसे करें। पॉलिटिकल विल जो एक सबसे बड़ी बात आती है, सब चीजें पॉलिटिकल विल पे डिपेंड करती हैं, क्योंकि कहीं ना कहीं
Okay, let me now move towards the Mohini Yadav.
हाँ,
Dr. Payul,
बस
thank you
मैं
very
कंक्लूड
much.
करूंगी। अगर हम एजुकेशन देंगे तो हमारे सस्टेनेबल डेवलपमेंट गोल हमें मिलते जाएंगे, इसके लिए हमें ग्लोबली एक साथ में आकर काम करना होगा, क्योंकि ओनली व्हेन द लास्ट ट्री इज कट डाउन, द लास्ट फिश ईटन एंड द लास्ट स्ट्रीम पॉइजन, यू विल रियलाइज दैट यू कैन नॉट ईट मनी। इसी के बाद
Thank
साथ
you.
में अपनी खत्म करती हूँ। थैंक यू।
Okay,
Thank you, Dr.
Dr.
Parul.
Payul Agrawal, thank you very much.
Excuse me, sir. Dr. Pranav Kumar is present and we make him the co-host. So,
No problem.
shall we call him?
Yes, we can call him the. That is presentation number 6.
Yes, sir.
Educational institution profile in disaster management.
Hello, I'm audible.
Yes.
Yes.
My PPT is visible.
Yes.
Yeah. Hi, cordial good afternoon, everyone. I'm presenting my research paper on educational institutions profile on disaster susceptibility. And this research has been conducted under my professor, Dr. Shweta Rani, Department of Geography, Dayal Singh College, University of Delhi. So before going through the paper, I want to just take to the concept of disaster and hazard. तो hazard क्या है? Hazard एक event है जिसके पास एक potential है एक place की normalcy को disturb करने के लिए। आप राइट साइड में जो इमेज देख रहे हैं वहां पे एक earthquake आया, तो व्हाट वाज द थिंग, वो प्लेस पे कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ा तो वो हैजार्ड रह गया। अगर फर्क पड़ जाता है तो डिजास्टर विल अकर, और आप लेफ्ट में देख सकते हैं देयर इज अ इमेज ऑफ अ डिजास्टर इज देयर। So this is the difference between hazard and disaster. यहाँ पे एक write up भी है, but due to the shortage of time, I'm not going through it. Now, approaches used to address the disaster of educational institutions. There are two approaches: hazard risk and vulnerability assessment, and the second is community-based disasters. And for addressing these approaches, we collect the samples through questionnaire and observation, and the secondary data has been collected from the national institutions and the state institutions. As of the full India, in India there are अलग-अलग places पे अलग-अलग educational institutions अलग-अलग hazard से affect होते हैं, but जो पूरे all over India जो सारे institutions को affect कर रहे हैं, तो वो दो hazard हैं, earthquake hazard and fire hazard. इनसे सारे ही institutions susceptible हैं। बात करें हम अर्थक्वेक हैजार्ड की, तो जो इंस्टीट्यूशंस की जो अर्थक्वेक हैजार्ड की ससेप्टेबिलिटी है वो हमने बेसिकली इंडिया के फुल ससेप्टेबिलिटी पे निकाली। एज यू नो, इंडिया इज अंडर द जोन 5th and 4th सबसे ज्यादा पार्ट लाई करता है। एंड अगर हम स्टेटिस्टिक्स देखें तो एवरेज नंबर ऑफ अर्थक्वेक की मैग्नीट्यूड के अकॉर्डिंग भी हेयर आई हैव डिस्प्लेड फॉर दिस, तो अर्थक्वेक की वल्नरेबिलिटी और ससेप्टेबिलिटी दोनों ही बहुत ज्यादा हाई हैं। नेक्स्ट कम टू द फायर हैजार्ड, ये भी एक बहुत ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट हैजार्ड है जो कहीं भी हो सकता है। दिस हैजार्ड हैज अ कैपेसिटी, और ताकि कहीं भी हो सकता है तो हर एक एजुकेशनल इंस्टीट्यूशन अक्रॉस इंडिया इसे ससेप्टेबल है। बेसिकली फायर हैजार्ड हमारे 3 एलिमेंट पे डिपेंड करता है: फ्यूल, हीट एंड ऑक्सीजन। जो फ्यूल है वो कांस्टेंट नहीं है, फ्यूल चेंज हो सकता है, कभी पेपर, वुड, ऑयल, गैस, एनीथिंग कैन बी फ्यूल, बट हीट एंड ऑक्सीजन इज कांस्टेंट। तो फ्यूल के बेसिस पे ही हम फायर हैजार्ड का क्लासिफिकेशन करते हैं इनटू 6 क्लासेस, और उसी के अकॉर्डिंग हम फायर एक्सटिंग्विशर्स को यूज करते हैं। नेक्स्ट इज द फैक्टर्स अफेक्टिंग द अर्थक्वेक एंड फायर ससेप्टेबिलिटी। अर्थक्वेक और फायर ससेप्टेबिलिटी को कौन से फैक्टर्स अफेक्ट करते हैं इंस्टीट्यूशंस की? 3 फैक्टर्स। फिजिकल फैक्टर्स की हम बात करें तो अर्थक्वेक में एज ऑफ बिल्डिंग बिल्डिंग ज्यादा एज होगी बिल्डिंग कोलैप्स कर जाएगी, नंबर ऑफ फ्लोर्स कितने हैं, सॉइल लिक्विफैक्शन, डिस्टेंस टू द फॉल्ट लाइन, डिस्टेंस टू द फॉल्ट लाइन, अर्थक्वेक इंटेंसिटी स्लोप। फायर की हम बात करें तो अबंडेंस ऑफ फ्यूल मटेरियल कितना है, इलेक्ट्रिकल मेंटेनेंस ठीक है इंस्टीट्यूशन का या नहीं, फ्लेमेबल मटेरियल्स, अनप्लान्ड इवैक्यूएशन, ये सब। सोशल ससेप्टेबिलिटी की बात करें, जो फैक्टर्स अफेक्ट करते हैं वो अर्थक्वेक और फायर के कॉमन है, दैट आर द नंबर ऑफ एडल्टली पीपल, क्योंकि जो एडल्टली पीपल हैं वो जल्दी से एवैक्यूएट नहीं कर पाते, तो वो ससेप्टेबिलिटी और ज्यादा इंक्रीज कर देते हैं। और जो डिपेंडेंट पीपल हैं, पॉपुलेशन इंस्टीट्यूशन में कहाँ पे ज्यादा है, लाइक वॉशरूम्स हो गए, हमारे लैब्स हो गए, तो वहां से भी पीपल एवैक्यूएट नहीं कर पाते, स्टूडेंट्स एंड टीचर्स, तो वहां पे भी ससेप्टेबिलिटी बहुत ज्यादा है। सिस्टमेटिक ससेप्टेबिलिटी के फैक्टर्स हैं कि जो सिस्टम ओरिएंटेड होते हैं, लाइक कि डिस्टेंस टू द नियरेस्ट हॉस्पिटल्स, रोड नेटवर्क कैसा है, क्या इमरजेंसी का अवेलेबिलिटी है या नहीं है, तो दीज आर द मेजर फैक्टर्स जो इफेक्ट करते हैं ससेप्टेबिलिटी ऑफ एजुकेशनल इंस्टीट्यूशंस। अगर हम अर्थक्वेक हैजार्ड रिस्क की बात करें तो हमने इंडिया के ही रिस्क के अकॉर्डिंग एजुकेशनल इंस्टीट्यूशन का रिस्क बताया है। एक्स एक्सेस पे सिवियरिटी है और वाई एक्सेस पे फ्रीक्वेंसी को हमने रखा है, एंड वी कैन सी दैट द मैग्नीट्यूड 6 का अगर अर्थक्वेक आता है तो उसकी फ्रीक्वेंसी बहुत फ्रीक्वेंट है, जल्दी जल्दी आ रहा है, बट सिवियरिटी इज हाई। अगर हम 8 और 9 की बात करें तो इट्स सिवियरिटी इज वेरी वेरी हाई बट स्लाइट और रेयर है, और अगर ये आ गया तो हम भी नहीं जानते कि इंडिया इसको कैसे फेस करेगा। कम टू द फायर हैजार्ड प्रोफाइलिंग, फायर में एक प्योर रिस्क है। प्योर रिस्क इज अ रिस्क जिसमें लॉस होना ही होना है। एज वी नो रिस्क मतलब क्या है कि लॉस होगा, ये लॉस नहीं होगा। प्योर रिस्क में लॉस होगा ही होगा, क्योंकि फायर है तो लॉस है। पर्सनल रिस्क इसमें आता है कि इंडिविजुअल्स का कितना लॉस हो रहा है, लोग कितने लॉस हो सकते हैं ड्यू टू द फायर बर्निंग एंड स्टैम्पेड, प्रॉपर्टी कितनी लॉस हो सकते हैं। लायबिलिटी रिस्क इज ड्यू टू द नेग्लिजेंस, एजुकेशनल इंस्टीट्यूशंस नेग्लिजेंस बहुत करते हैं कि फायर एक्सटिंग्विशर्स ठीक नहीं करवाए, प्रॉपर इवैक्यूएशन प्लान नहीं करते, नेग्लिजेंस की वजह से हमारा लायबिलिटी रिस्क आ जाता है कि हमने लायबिलिटी नहीं ली। नाउ टॉकिंग टू द वल्नरेबिलिटी इज द हैजार्ड, जब डिजास्टर में कन्वर्ट होता है तो हमारी बीच में वल्नरेबिलिटी लाई करती है। Talking to the vulnerability among school community, there are 3 types of vulnerability: physical vulnerability, social vulnerability, and systematic vulnerability. Physical vulnerability depend करती है structure, materials, क्या क्या हमारे एज अ फिजिकल प्रेजेंट है। सोशल vulnerability, demographic, community and awareness, and the systematic vulnerability is on the system की like कैसे फंक्शन करता है, वो कैसे vulnerable।
Pranav Kumar, you can come to the conclusion.
Yes, sir. Please 2 minutes. Please 2 minutes more. Here is the examples of vulnerability in the school, and these are the challenges that कि जो vulnerability reduce नहीं हो पा रही है educational institutions में, and हम कैसे इसको DRR डिजास्टर रिस्क रिडक्शन कैसे प्रैक्टिस कर सकते हैं स्कूल में, उसका भी एक पूरा हमने सजेशन दिया है रिसर्च पेपर में, दैट इज अ डेमोग्राफिक फैक्ट्स एंड फिजिकल सिनेरियो। इन सबको हम एनालाइज करें, मैप करें और ठीक से यूज करें तो हम काफी हद तक डिजास्टर की रिस्क को रिडक्शन में प्रैक्टिस कर सकते हैं। दीज आर सम पोटेंशियल स्टेक होल्डर्स, नेशनल लेवल के हैं हमारे पास, स्टेट लेवल स्टेक होल्डर्स, वी हैव डिस्ट्रिक्ट लेवल स्टेक होल्डर्स, वी हैव एंड द स्कूल लेवल स्टेक होल्डर्स। दीज स्टेक होल्डर्स सारे लिस्ट किए हैं नेशनल डिजास्टर मैनेजमेंट गाइडलाइन स्कूल सेफ्टी पॉलिसीज में। सो आई सजेस्ट कि सब एक बार जाएं और इनको देखें कि हम कैसे कंट्रीब्यूट कर सकते हैं। एजुकेशन इंस्टीट्यूशंस डिजास्टर मैनेजमेंट में कैसे रोल प्ले कर सकते हैं, एक तो कोर सब्जेक्ट पढ़ा के और प्रैक्टिस के अकॉर्डिंग वाज देयर, एज अ कोर सब्जेक्ट है, प्रैक्टिस के अकॉर्डिंग ये 6 टीम्स हर एजुकेशन इंस्टीट्यूशंस में होनी चाहिए। दीज आर रियली इंपॉर्टेंट, एंड द कंक्लूजन इज दैट कि बहुत ही मोस्टली जो इंडिया के एजुकेशन इंस्टीट्यूशंस हैं वो बहुत ससेप्टेबल हैं। उनको से बाहर लाने के लिए एक ही चीज है कि जो रिकमेंडेशन है उनको स्ट्रिक्टली फॉलो किया जाना चाहिए, और जितने भी हमारे स्टेक होल्डर्स हैं उनको कनेक्ट होना चाहिए। तो दिस इज ऑल अबाउट माई पेपर, दीज आर सम रेफरेंसेस विच आई हैव यूज्ड इन माई पेपर, and thank you. That's all.
Thank you.
Yes, now Dr. Mohini Yadav is going to be make the presentation for education for sustainable development, a way to achieve it. Yes, paper presentation number 8.
Dr. Mohini, please unmute yourself.
Yes, Mohini Yadav or Dr. Khushbu Verma, anyone who ever present, may start the presentation. Yes, Mohini Yadav seems to be there. You can unmute yourself. Hello.
Excuse me, Dr. Mohini Yadav, please unmute yourself to present your paper.
मोहिनी आपका माइक ऑन करिए.
She is not in a position to unmute herself, seems to be.
मोहिनी यादव, आप को-होस्ट हैं, प्लीज अपने आप को अनम्यूट करिए. कोई प्रॉब्लम है तो चैट बॉक्स में लिखिए प्लीज.
Shweta ma'am, it seems some technical issue as she is not also attending the call. So I think we should move forward.
We should move towards the Jasdeep Singh, presentation number 9. Yes, Dr. Jasdeep Singh.
My presentation is audible.
Paper number 9 is going to be make the presentation.
My presentation is audible.
Jasdeep Singh, your presentation is not being viewable.
My presentation is visible.
Jasdeep
No,
Singh,
sir, not visible.
Jasdeep Singh, your screen is not being visible.
Yeah, now it is visible.
Okay, make it F5 and start the screening.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Jasdeep Singh, and I am from the Department of Geography at Delhi School of Economics, University of Delhi. And I am honored to present my research on sustainability and indigenous knowledge
Excuse
system
me,
among.
Jasdeep Singh ji, please switch on your camera.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, visible I am.
No.
Ma'am, camera I think not working.
Okay then.
Can I start?
Yeah, sure.
I am honored to present my research on sustainability and indigenous knowledge system among Indian mothers, preservation and eco-innovative ethos, a comparative study of reuse and recycling in rural and urban area in Fatehabad district, Haryana. And this research has been done under the supervision of Dr. Shweta Rani. And without further ado, uh, I am start my introduction. In a time when sustainability is a forefront of a global discussion, I want to take a step back and explore how deeply rooted practices, some passed down through generation, still play a crucial role in sustainable living. These are my statement of problem. First is to indigenous knowledge acquired by Indian mothers are not well sufficiently recorded and documented. And second is due to modernity and modern development, we are losing our valuable indigenous knowledge. These are some objective of the study. First is to describe the gender specific role, and second to identify the traditional practices, and third is to compare and contrast database database and methodology. We have used mixed method approach and primary data and secondary data and data representation through a various software. And we have used a purposive random sampling and has been used 131 respondent. And field survey has been done in Hajrama Kala as rural area, and Fatehwad has been taken as a urban area. This is all about the study area, and this is the map of the study area, which is made by the using of QGIS. And now result and discussion. Our result is collecting significant amount of qualitative research, qualitative data. First is gender specific role. First is Chipko Andolan, in which women tightly hug the trees to save forest. Navdanya movement has started by the women for a farmer right and biodiversity protection. Third is Barefoot College in Rajasthan, where women install and maintain solar system. Fourth is Green Belt Movement for the restoration of environment and biggest among women and in the environment history. And second is to identify some indigenous practices among Indian mothers. First is to use of the old clothes, and most of the mothers stated that they donate their clothes to the needy person, and some of mother made a beautiful item with old clothes, and these are some bags which is made by old clothes, and this is the tote bag which is made by the old jeans, and this is the pillow cover which is made by the old t-shirt, and this is the fridge cover which is made by the cushion cover by the mothers, and these are the doormat which is made by the different type of old clothes to combine them and make a doormat, and this is a charpai, and this barn is made with the old clothes, and now is use of reusable containers, and mothers state that they grow their herb in by cutting plastic bottle, and one mother tell us one mother tell us that उन्होंने अपना रेफ्रिजरेटर नया लिया और उसके अंदर से जो थर्माकोल निकला उसके अंदर उन्होंने मिट्टी डालकर धनिया लगा लिया है, and this is well common in every Indian household use of soft drink and hard drink bottles like Bisleri and Coca-Cola in every Indian household fridge. And this is glass container. One of our respondents said that they have brought a jar of one time and they again reuse and refill this jar. And these are some chawan prash boxes. Containers which is used, and these are some jam jars and hajmola and some other boxes which is used for the spices, and there's about the leftover food and reuse. There are some respondent statement which has been used. She said that she make a wrap with the leftover roti, and she said that they make a leftover roti, make leftover roti, and she said that they make a paratha with the leftover night sabji, and she said they make beautiful dishes with the leftover rice. These are some cardboard by the Indian mother. These are
Jasdeep
used
Singh ji,
to
please come
store
to the conclusion.
clothes. Okay, sir.
Jasdeep Singh,
These are
come
some
to the
common practice.
conclusion.
These are some Yes, sir. These common practices among the Indian mothers, and these are some challenges, and these are conclusion. This study mainly focus on the reuse and recycling behavior and innovation in both in rural and urban area among Indian mothers. The comparative analysis revealed that urban mothers are less profoundly engaged in sustainable and reuse and recycling compared to rural counterpart. This is all about due to the modern development and urbanization and globalization. And acknowledgement, I would like to acknowledge Dr. Shweta for her guidance and opportunity, and especially acknowledge to my mother. Because of her, I done this field work, and thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very. Now there is a hand have been raised by Mohini Yadav. I think she is now patient.
I'm really sorry. My laptop hanged, so that's why there was a technical issue.
It's okay.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Mohini Yadav, a student of Satyaj Darshan Institute of Education and Research. Today, I'll be presenting on the topic Education for Sustainable Development, a way to achieve the Sustainable Development Goals. This is the outline. I'll be talking about need for sustainable development, pillars of sustainable development goals, education for sustainable development, and conclusion. So first of all, what is sustainable development? Sustainable development होता है कि हम अपनी आज की जरूरतें पूरी करें पर फ्यूचर जनरेशंस की जरूरतों का भी ध्यान रखें। और हमें नीड क्यों है सस्टेनेबल डेवलपमेंट की, तो उसके लिए पहले हम इस ग्राफ को देखते हैं। और हमें इस ग्राफ में दिख रहा है कि 1880 से 2017 तक जो हमारा ग्लोबल टेम्परेचर है वो 1 डिग्री सेल्सियस से इंक्रीज हुआ है लगभग। और अगर इसी रेट से चलता रहा तो 2040 तक 1.5 डिग्री सेल्सियस से इंक्रीज हो जाएगा और इस सेंचुरी के एंड तक 2 डिग्री सेल्सियस से इंक्रीज हो जाएगा, जो कि बहुत ही खतरनाक सिनेरियो है। इसमें सारे ग्लेशियर्स पिघल जाएंगे और ज्यादा देश डूब जाएंगे। इसीलिए हमें सस्टेनेबल डेवलपमेंट की जरूरत है। नेक्स्ट इज पिलर्स ऑफ सस्टेनेबल डेवलपमेंट। देयर आर 3 पिलर्स: सोसाइटी, एनवायरनमेंट एंड इकोनॉमी। समाज, पर्यावरण और अर्थशास्त्र। इसको दिखाने के दो पॉपुलर तरीके हैं। पहला तरीका है ओवरलैपिंग सर्कल, जिसमें हमें दिख रहा है कि सोसाइटी, एनवायरनमेंट और इकोनॉमी सब एक दूसरे से इंटरकनेक्टेड हैं। एंड सेकंड पॉपुलर वे इज कॉन्सेंट्रिक सर्कल, जिसमें हमें दिख रहा है कि इकोनॉमी सोसाइटी का पार्ट है और सोसाइटी एनवायरनमेंट का पार्ट है। और इससे हमें पता चलता है कि इकोनॉमिक सोसाइटी को इफेक्ट करती है और सोसाइटी एनवायरनमेंट को इफेक्ट करती है। These are the 17 sustainable development goals given by United Nations. Today I'll be focusing on goal number 4, quality education, जिसके अंदर education for sustainable development भी आता है। तो एजुकेशन फॉर सस्टेनेबल डेवलपमेंट की हमें जरूरत है ताकि हम अपनी स्टूडेंट्स जो हमारी फ्यूचर जनरेशन है उसमें वैल्यूज और स्किल्स डेवलप कर सकें, ताकि वो सस्टेनेबल डेवलपमेंट में हेल्प करे, सस्टेनेबल डेवलपमेंट गोल्स को अचीव करने में हेल्प करे, सस्टेनेबल वर्ल्ड बनाए। तो इसके लिए जो यूनाइटेड नेशंस ने ये 7 वैल्यूज या स्किल्स बनाया है। फर्स्ट इज इंटरडिसिप्लिनरी एंड होलिस्टिक। सस्टेनेबल डेवलपमेंट की जो हम लर्निंग दे रहे हैं वो करिकुलम का पार्ट होना चाहिए, अलग से नहीं होना चाहिए। सेकेंड इज वैल्यूज ड्रिवन, हमें बच्चे में वैल्यूज डेवलप करनी चाहिए ताकि वो सस्टेनेबल डेवलपमेंट में हेल्प करे। थर्ड इज क्रिटिकल थिंकिंग एंड प्रॉब्लम सॉल्विंग, हमें बच्चे में क्रिटिकल थिंकिंग और प्रॉब्लम सॉल्विंग एबिलिटीज डेवलप करनी चाहिए ताकि वो अपने प्रॉब्लम्स खुद सॉल्व कर सके। थर्ड इज मल्टी मेथड, में मल्टीपल मेथड ऑफ टीचिंग यूज करना चाहिए, जैसे प्रोजेक्ट मेथड, डेमोन्स्ट्रेशन मेथड एक्सेट्रा, ताकि बच्चे का इंटरेस्ट बने। फिफ्थ इज पार्टिसिपेटरी डिसीजन मेकिंग, जो स्टूडेंट्स हैं वो हम जो एजुकेशन से डिसीजन ले रहे हैं, पॉलिसीज बना रहे हैं, उसमें सबसे ज्यादा असर स्टूडेंट्स का हो रहा है, तो इसलिए इस डिसीजन मेकिंग में स्टूडेंट्स को भी पार्टिसिपेट करने देना चाहिए। सिक्स इज एप्लीकेबिलिटी, जो हमारी सस्टेनेबल डेवलपमेंट की एजुकेशन है वो एप्लीकेबल होनी चाहिए हमारी डेली लाइफ में, बोथ पर्सनल एंड प्रोफेशनल। एंड द लास्ट इज लोकली रेलिवेंट, जो हम एजुकेशन दे रहे हैं वो लोकल लैंग्वेजेस में दे ताकि बच्चा समझ पाए, और हमें इसमें वर्ल्ड वाइड इश्यूज और एज वेल एज लोकल इश्यूज डिस्कस करने चाहिए ताकि बच्चा उसमें सॉल्व करने में हेल्प कर पाए। एंड दिस इज अ स्लाइड ऑफ एजुकेशन फॉर सोशल डेवलपमेंट प्रोसेस। इसमें हमें बताया गया है कि ये जो एजुकेशन फॉर सस्टेनेबल डेवलपमेंट है वो एक लाइफ लॉन्ग प्रोसेस है, जिसकी 4 स्टेजेस हैं। फर्स्ट इज लर्निंग कंटेंट, इसमें बताया गया है कि जो 17 सस्टेनेबल डेवलपमेंट गोल्स हैं वो हमें उसे एजुकेशन का लर्निंग कंटेंट का हिस्सा रखना चाहिए। सेकेंड इज पेडागॉगी एंड लर्निंग एनवायरनमेंट, जो पेडागॉगी मतलब जो टीचिंग मेथड्स हैं वो इंटरेक्टिव, प्रोजेक्ट बेस्ड एंड लर्नर सेंटर्ड होना चाहिए, और जो लर्निंग एनवायरनमेंट है वो इंटरेक्टिव होना चाहिए ताकि बच्चा इंटरेस्ट ले, और वो होना चाहिए जैसे कि लिव व्हाट दे लर्न एंड लर्न व्हाट दे लिव, जो बच्चा जैसे जी रहा है उस वैसे ही लर्न कर रहा है, और जो लर्न कर रहा है उसी को जी रहा है। एंड थर्ड इज सोसाइटल ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन, जो हम एजुकेशन दे रहे हैं उससे सोसाइटी में ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन आए, हम एक सस्टेनेबल वर्ल्ड बनाए। एंड द लास्ट इज लर्निंग आउटकम। लर्निंग आउटकम हम चाहते हैं इससे ये हो कि हम पीपल को या जो स्टूडेंट है उसको पावर दें कि आप अपनी रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी लो पर फ्यूचर जनरेशन की भी रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी लो, ताकि उन्हें किसी भी रिसोर्सेज की कमी ना हो, और इसी से हम सोसाइटी ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन करेंगे। To conclude, sustainable development goals are set by United Nations to establish a harmony between the pillars of sustainable development, that is environment, society and economy. And education for sustainable development is essential to develop necessary values and skills in children, the future of our generation. to accomplish sustainable development goals. कंक्लूजन में ये है कि हमें एनवायरमेंट, सोसाइटी और इकोनॉमी में बैलेंस बना के चलना चाहिए और बच्चे में वैल्यूज और स्किल्स डेवलप करनी चाहिए जिससे वो सस्टेनेबल डेवलपमेंट गोल्स को अचीव करने में हेल्प करे. These are the references. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you,
Mohini
Mohini
Yadav.
Yadav.
May I now request Ruben Chauhan to discuss about the education for sustainable development? I think he is not present. He or she, I don't know by name.
Dr. Ukhwat Noshin is the next.
Yes, then Dr. Ukwawat Nusin, presentation number 11.
Yeah, I am. Good afternoon, ma'am. Yes, please, ma'am, kindly share my screen.
Yes, sure. Excuse me, Professor Shah, sir, please allow me to share her PPT.
Okay, no problem.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Technically, we have to manage everything.
Is this okay, ma'am?
Yeah, it's okay. Yes. Very good afternoon, everyone. The first slide. My topic, ma'am, previous slide, the first one.
Okay.
The first one, yeah. The topic, the topic of my research paper is to develop awareness among 9th class students about 17 sustainable development goals to end poverty, inequality, and protect the planet. As a teacher educator, my wish to aware our students about the sustainable development and how it is important. The next slide, ma'am. The next. The content of the report. For the introduction part, the background history of sustainable developmental goals. There are 17 sustainable development goals. Their objective, methodology, and interpretation, because my research paper is the empirical research. And the last one is the suggestion. Next. First, I want to introduce my research paper. The first one is what is about sustainable development. Just as all you are aware about, everybody has defined what is mean by sustainable development. It is the need of the present without compromising the ability of future generation to meet their own needs. It contains with its two key concepts. The concept of needs, in particular, the essential needs of the world's poor, to which overriding priority should be given. यहाँ पे हम ये अगर हम बायलिंगुअल लैंग्वेज में बोल सकते हैं कि हमको 3 फैक्टर्स पे ध्यान देना है: इकोनॉमिकल, social, and protection of environment. These 3 factors are very important in sustainable development because all the 17 points are interrelated with each other. If we see about the economical development, then it is totally effect on the poverty, zero hunger, about the education, good health, all the factors are related. And the social in social development, we get the justice, how the peoples are living in the country, and the protection of environment is one of the most important factor in sustainable development. The background history: in June 1992, at the Earth Summit in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, more than 178 countries adopted Agenda 21, a comprehensive plan of action to build a global partnership for sustainable development to improve human lives and protect the environment. Because it is the alarming bell for all the countries because of the global warming. And in the 21st century, many countries are affected. They are living in the BPL, below poverty line. They didn't get the proper food. There will be zero hunger. So many issues are there globally, and so 178 countries, they adopted this agenda to reform all these problems. There are 17 sustainable development goals. Just we already discussed about, there are 17 problems, 17 issues are there. But in my research paper, the first one is no poverty. About the no poverty, then fifth one is the gender equality, the fifth sustainable development, that is the gender equality, and the environment, climate action, it is the 13 point. So we can see that it is the protection of environment. The first one is poverty. No, ma'am, we discuss about the first one, the
Sure, ma'am.
poverty. Yeah, I had what is about the poverty in this 21st century. So many countries. So I had given some examples, just like Afghanistan, Somalia, Haiti, and South Sudan. They maximum peoples are living in the below poverty line. They are not getting the education. They are not getting the proper food. They are not getting the health and hygiene, cleanliness. So many issues have they because of various reasons, because of the social problem, because of the economical problems. And the second one is the gender equality. Gender equality is also one of the issue in sustainable development. Then according to sustainable development, it gives the rights to male and female, to girls and boys. They gave the equal opportunity to girls and boys. They will get the education, they will work together, they can live peacefully in this world. Then the last one is the protection of environment. We make aware about the pupils and our students about the safe environment because of the global warming, rise of sea level, and the natural hazards, man-made hazards is totally effect on our planet, because we have to save our planet, and it is a very important point, that is protection of environment. Then next slide, the methodology I have used for this research paper, that is an experimental method. There were the two groups. The first group is the experimental group, and the second is the control group. And we taught the students of the experimental group through the excursion and demonstration method. The control group was taught through the traditional method. A sample of 100 students I have taken, and I have taken the pre-test and post-test of their achievement test, and I prepared the instructional tool, awareness test on environment. The next slide. Yeah, it is the analysis, interpretation, and result. You can see this table. There are two groups, experimental and control group. The number of students were 100 in experimental and control group. The mean values differ. That is 15.85 in experimental group and 10.32 in control group. The standard deviation is experimental group is 2.04, and the standard deviation in control group is 2.42. The t value is 17.44. It shows the result that the experiment group is significant at 0.0 level. The mean finding, the result of the study indicated that there exists significant difference. Your students' achievement is better in experimental group than control group. Yes, ma'am. Suggestions. Next.
Yes, ma'am. Just wait for a moment.
Yeah. Yeah, suggestions for the students to develop awareness. Yeah, the suggestions I want to give the students about to develop awareness to the student to use eco-friendly technology like e-bikes, e-rickshaw, paperless work. We should use solar energy. Then to develop habit among the student to reuse, repair, and recycle of waste material. And the third one is to aware the students about the tree plantation and the importance of trees, and we should protect our environment for our future life. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Now the presentation is to be done by
Sir, Rubal Chauhan is still Her
Pending.
presentation is still pending.
We have the presentation of the Yuban Chauhan is pending.
Yes.
So we
Good
may.
evening. She is available now.
She is available, then she can make the presentation.
Yes.
Okay?
Is my screen visible, ma'am?
Yes, yes, ma'am.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. My name is Rubal Chauhan, and today I am presenting on education for sustainable development.
Ma'am, please make a full screen view.
Wait a minute. Is it okay, ma'am, now?
Yeah, it's okay. And please also switch on your cameras. Yeah, sure.
Okay, ma'am. Now, my topic is education for sustainable development, in which we discuss that how important education is for the sustainable development. To achieve the goals of sustainable empowerment, it is very essential to give knowledge to the students, student of schools, college, and other people in the way of study. Now we'll study the role of ESD in achieving the SDGs. Education sustainable development empowers individual to adopt sustainable lifestyle. इसमें ये है कि जो लोग हैं उनको एजुकेशन प्रोवाइड करनी बहुत ज़रूरी है ताकि वो सस्टेनेबल लाइफस्टाइल को अडॉप्ट करें और इन्फॉर्म कैलकुलेटिव कंजम्पशन करें चीज़ों के बिकॉज वी हैव limited resources available. Now these changes can be derived by integrating sustainability in education policies and practices through education only. Now, what are the global perspective on ESD? What the global initiative has been taken? UNESCO has taken the initiative by providing guidelines and framework to the education system that what should be done and how the students should be educated. And there are some case study of Finland and Japan that how they implemented the framework provided by UNESCO to achieve ESD. First, this case study is from Finland, in which Finland is very known for its innovative education system. इसमें क्या हुआ था कि जो एजुकेशन सिस्टम है उन्होंने स्कूल में ही बच्चों को रियल लाइफ प्रोजेक्ट्स दे दिए थे कि अगर आपको ये प्रॉब्लम आती है तो उनके साथ जो स्टूडेंट्स है वो सोल्यूशन लेके आए सो दैट उनकी क्रिटिकल थिंकिंग भी इंक्रीज होगी और वो उनकी प्रॉब्लम सॉल्विंग स्किल्स भी इंक्रीज होगी एंड इसकी आउटकम ये थी कि स्टूडेंट ने बहुत हाई लेवल अवेयरनेस शो की थी फॉर द इन्वायरमेंट एंड फॉर सस्टेनेबल इनिशिएटिव्स. Next is the case study of Japan, in which the community-based learning was enhanced. Wait a minute. इसमें क्या था कि जो कम्युनिटी बेस्ड लर्निंग है उसको प्रमोट करने के लिए स्टार्ट किया गया था जिसमें जो ट्रेडिशनल मेथड है जिससे हम सस्टेनेबिलिटी को अचीव कर सकते हैं उसको मॉडर्न एजुकेशन सिस्टम के साथ कंबाइन किया था. इसका रिजल्ट भी ये था कि जो स्कूल्स के बच्चे थे उन्होंने जो इन्वायरमेंट है उसके के लिए काफी रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी शोकेश की थी. Now there are some initiative adopted by India. Wait a minute. First is integrated SDGs into school curriculum, in which NCRT incorporate SDGs themes into national curriculum, that is syllabus of the textbook and project-based learning in school. Second is higher education initiative, in which university promotes specialized courses and sustainability club so that student can learn from the discussion and research related projects. Third is टीचर ट्रेनिंग प्रोग्राम जहाँ पे टीचर्स को वर्कशॉप्स और ट्रेनिंग के द्वारा सिखाया जाता है कि आप एसडीजी के कॉन्सेप्ट को क्लासरूम में कैसे स्टूडेंट को सिखा सकते हैं. Fourth is skill development program, which is a vocational training and entrepreneurial development to enhance employability and support economic growth aligned with SDGs. Then comes community education initiative, जो community based है और सिटीजन्स को, जो कंट्री के सिटीजन्स है उनको एजुकेट करने के लिए बनाया जाता है, उन्हीं की लैंग्वेजेस में, उन्हीं की कम्युनिटीज में. Then is digital learning platforms in which online courses and webinars are used to enhance the accessibility to SDT education. Now, these are some initiative taken by Indian government. There are also some challenges which the government has faced in implemented this. First is lack of trained educators in ESD methodology and resistance to changing traditional educational practices, जिसमें implementations सही से हो नहीं पाती. Now I conclude that how it can be implemented more effectively is the pedagogy is the key. In research in 18 countries shows student-centered methodology foster better ESD outcomes, जिससे critical thinking, systematical thinking और एक problem solving behavior increase होता है. Thank you.
Thank you, Rubal ma'am. Yeah, now moving forward, I would like to thank all the participants who participate here and present their paper. Now, we eagerly await insight and reflections on the proceeding of this session. May I invite Professor Shah for the closing remarks.
Madhubanadi, I think that the summary of the session should be given by Dr. Hemant Patidar. Then I am supposed to be giving the closing remarks. So Dr.
Sir,
Hemant.
As per the script.
Madam ma'am, kindly call Dr. Patidar to give a summary of the session.
Yes, it was being said in that sequence.
Then we can call Professor Shah to give the closing remark.
Okay, ma'am. Sure.
Sorry, madam, I am going by very sequence wise.
Sir, you are absolutely correct. Thank you so much, sir.
Yes, sir. We are indeed gaining a wealth of knowledge today. May I invite Dr. Hemant Patidar to summarize the session and address the participants of the session. Please, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Madhuwala ma'am. First of all, I would like to thank the entire organizing committee of the Council of Teachers Professional Development and this second international conference of CTPDCON era 2024. I also thank Dr. Shweta Rani ma'am, who just approached me and invited me to this platform and have words with you. The topic which has been taken by this council is very important today. When we are living in the time of, huge issues of sustainability, climate change, global warming, economic inequalities, political crisis, and all, the topic is very important indeed. We all know that sustainable development stands for the development which meets the need of the present generation without compromising the abilities of the future generation to meet their needs. This is the definition given by the Brundtland Commission in 1987. And there are three pillars which have been suggested and have been cited in each presentation today. That environment, society, and economy are the three important component and pillars in this sustainable development. And in 2015-17 Sustainable Development Goals have been targeted by United Nations. And definitely these Sustainable Development Goals are very important. Like there is a long list. I'm not just going to count the list. But here, as the topic well taken by the council in its second international conference, that how education can play a role in achieving sustainable development goals. So we know that education is very important to develop knowledge, skills, and abilities to reach to the best potential of any individual. And we know that in normal parlance, we know that education provides us that kind of understanding that skills us, make us able to manifest the best potential what we have in our life. But do we ever consider the best potential of the earth, the nature? We never think about that if we consider ourselves as an individual, then if we consider nature as a unit and an individual, then what the nature can provide the best, it has been providing to us since beginning. But what the uh, in return, what we are providing, what we are giving back to the nature is very difficult to answer. So it is the time when our education system, our curriculum should have such understanding or skilling by which we can provide the knowledge to our youngsters, students particularly, that how they can also, control certain, in their way of life, in their lifestyle, they can control many things. Few of the presentations were has very well mentioned, like Jaspreet and all, Jasdeep and all, that how many of the things can be recycled, reused in order to control the wastages and all. So, because time is not much, I had many more things to share, but because time doesn't allow. So, with these words, I just, being a co-chair, I just say that there were 10 presentations. Everyone has very nicely presented. Few of the presentations were also based on empirical data, and they provided their findings with very nice illustration. So I just congratulate each one, and I thank again the entire organizing committee, particularly Dr. Shweta Rani ma'am, for inviting me, giving me this platform to have an interaction, though the time is not much with us. So with this word, I just convey means my best regard and best wishes to the organizing committee. Over to Dr. Madhubala, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Your insights have been profound and shall serve us as a guiding force to one and all in the session. Now, we eagerly await insight and reflection on the proceeding of this session. May I invite Professor Shah for the closing remarks. Please, sir.
Okay. Thank you very much, Dr. Madhubanaji. There are
Thank
the total 11 presentation have been planned. The presentation number 5 of the Dr. Kaveh is not being made. So totally the 10 presentations have been successfully made. Everyone have tried to be concentrating on the different parameters of the social development goal, and so there very specifically some of the papers, the very nicely they have talked about the research methodology they have applied, like empirical, experimental, proper sample size have been taken, and the different corner of the education parameters have been taken care. The 5 pillars of the sustainable development have been very nicely discussed by the one particular participant. I mean, just give the name of him or her. That is the Dr. Shamnan have very categorically talked about the 5 different pillars of the sustainable development. The pillars of the sustainable development and the success stories of the globe, including of the Swede, have been very nicely explained by Aisha. And when we try to be talk about the Dr. Paru, she has tried to be established the Millennium Development Goals, aligned with the National NEP that how the NEP is bringing the new structure of 5 plus 3 plus 3 plus 4 and going to be support for that. Pranav Kumar have tried to be concentrating on the different type of the special hazard going to be happen and its effect to the different stakeholders and the need for the same. Mohini have tried to be discussed. I may make some mistake in speaking the name, so you may have to accept my mistake. Mohini Yadav have tried to be talk with respect to the different type of the pedagogies I've been developed to integrate the sustainable development in the proper system. Dr. Ukhawat have tried to be make the background history on a very systematic way and discuss about the gender equality and the protection of the environment by considering the empirical and the experimental research. When we try to be looks from the multifaceted level also, every presenter on 10 presenters are basically given a knap of the extraordinary good work have been done, and I hope that they will also continue on the same journey and make the global village as a livable village for the own corner of the society, and the inequality will be removed when the social development is going to be done properly. As I mentioned in the beginning address, that there is a separately we have to consider the total requirement of the local level participation is going to be the more important. There is nothing to be said at a global at night without doing anything. So we can very necessarily say that whenever the small points of the water is going to be make the ocean, in the same way, we are going to be have the benefits available for the same. This is my concluding remark, and everyone on 10 presenters have done a very nice presentation. And Dr. Svetayani, I'm going to be send you after few minutes or after few, maybe within half an hour, the evaluation form properly filled in with a marks written by me on a piece of paper, which I type in the word file and will send to you by WhatsApp. Okay. Thank you very much, Dr. Madhuvana, Dr. Svetayani, and on committee members, and also the Dr. Hemant Patidar to give a very nice view about sustainable development discussion having taken place. Thank you very much for providing me the opportunity. Thanks.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you, sir, for your insightful closing remarks. Your words have provided us with a profound perspective on the significance of this session. Please accept as a token of gratitude from the organizers of the conference this virtual memento. Please, sir, kindly accept this.
Thank you very much. I may request to send it by the email to me,
Sure.
soft copy.
Sure,
Send it
sir.
by email because by WhatsApp it get diluted somewhere.
Sure,
Okay?
sir.
I think you have my WhatsApp address is there, so you can
Yes.
send. Sorry, email ID.
Email ID, sir.
Okay.
Yes.
So you
Sure,
can
we
send.
will send it.
Thank you very
Now,
much for providing the opportunity.
thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Now, I would like to present a token of gratitude from the organizers of the conference, this virtual memento, to our respected co-chair, Dr. Hemant Patidar. Sir, please accept this memento.
Thank you very much, Dr. Madhubala, ma'am. I also thank each and everyone in the organizing committee for this felicitation and this I received this comment online. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much for providing the good memento, which is going to be the part of our profile
Yes, sir.
in the
Definitely.
social media, LinkedIn, and so many places. Thank you very much, including on my website. It will be placed.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
As we approach the conclusion of today's technical session, we have a special moment to acknowledge the outstanding contribution of Dr. Shweta Rani as the convener of Track 5.1. Your dedication, expertise, and leadership have played a crucial role in the success of this track, and we are honored to present you with a virtual memento as a token of our appreciation. Please accept this, ma'am.
Thank you, Madhubala ma'am. I wholeheartedly accept this kind gesture. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. Dear Dr. Mudassir Hamid, we want to take a moment to honor your exceptional contribution as the co-convener of Track 5.1, and we are deeply grateful for your support. Please accept as a token of gratitude from the organizers of the conference this virtual memento. Please, sir, kindly accept this.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Dear Dr. Akansha Srivastava, we want to take a moment to honor your exceptional contributions as the co-convener of Track 5.1, and we are deeply grateful for your support. Please accept as a token of gratitude from the organizers of the conference this virtual memento. Ma'am, please accept this.
Thanks a lot, ma'am. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, as we prepare to draw the curtains on this enlightening technical session at CTPDCON Era 2024, it is my pleasure to invite a distinguished individual among us to express our collective gratitude and appreciation for the valuable insights we have gained today. Dr. Mudassir Hamid, Assistant Professor, School of Education, K.R. Mangalam University, Gurugram, Haryana, India. Sir, we would be honored if you could deliver the vote of thanks and expression of gratitude to the speakers and participants and summarize the essence of this session. Over to you, sir.
So thank you very much, ma'am. So good evening, namaskar and adab to all distinguished guests, delegates and dear participants. On behalf of CTPD India, it is my immense privilege and with a deep gratitude that I have delivered the vote of thanks for this enlightening technical session. Today, we had the wonderful opportunity to delve in a wealth of knowledge and exchange insights on sustainable development. First and foremost, I would like to express my heartfelt gratitude to our esteemed chair, Professor Dr. Parisha, and co-chair Dr. Himat Padidar. Sir, your expertise and dedication have been invaluable, and we are deeply thankful for your time and commitment. I would also like to extend my sincere thanks to the convener of Track 5, Dr. Shweta Rani, Assistant Professor in the Department of Geography, University of Delhi, for her continuous support and guidance. Thank you so much, ma'am. Our appreciation also goes to the participants and the presenters. Your active engagement, thought-provoking questions, and insightful discussions have significantly contributed to the session a very success. A special thanks goes to the sponsors and organizers for their tireless efforts in making this event possible. Without your support, we would not have had the opportunity to come together to explore these such important topics. So I also would like to express my gratitude to the conveners of the conference, Dr. Sanjay Kumar and Dr. Tania Gupta ma'am. Additionally, my thanks goes to the officials and members of CTPDCON Era 2024, the Board of Directors, trustee members, program directors, and associate program directors. I also wish to acknowledge the hard work of the technical team, co-conveners, moderators, and the behind-the-scenes individuals who have ensured the smooth execution of this event. In conclusion, I believe we leave here today with deeper understanding, broader perspectives, and renewed motivation to excel in our respective fields. Let us carry forward the inspiration for this session as we continue to push the boundaries of sustainability. Thank you once again to everyone who contributed to making this technical session a success. So lastly, I want to take a moment to honor the contribution of the moderator of session 5.1, Miss Madhu Bala ma'am, Assistant Professor at IOT Faridabad, Haryana, India. We are deeply grateful for your support and invaluable contribution in this technical session. As a token of honor and gratitude, please accept our heartfelt thanks on behalf of organizers. Please, ma'am, accept.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for providing me this honor.
Thank you, ma'am. Over to you, Madhu Mala. Madhu, ma'am, over to you.
Now I request it to our esteemed chair, co-chair, track convener and track co-conveners, paper presenters and all the participants are hereby requested to please open their cameras for a group photo. Kindly sit patiently for another 2 to 3 minutes and allow us to capture this moment where some beautiful and memorable pics to be cherished forever. Please switch on your cameras.
Please stop sharing the slide, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am, proceed.
Thank you, wonderful audience. Thank you for attending our recent technical session. We hope you found the information valuable and the experience engaging. Just wait a moment. Thank you for attending our recent technical session. We hope you found the information valuable and the experience engaging. To ensure we continue to improve and meet your expectations, we kindly ask you to take a few moments to fill out our feedback forms. Your insights and suggestions are incredibly important to us and will help shape future sessions. The feedback link has been shared in the chat box. All the paper presenters and participants are requested to kindly fill it fast.
Yes, ma'am, please proceed.
We are awaiting. Please fill the feedback form. Thank you, everyone. And with that, we conclude this remarkable technical session 5.1 Conceptual Understanding and Awareness of Sustainable Development Goals and Practices. Knowledge is a journey, not a destination, and each step brings us closer to new horizons. Thank you for your active participation and unwavering enthusiasm. Enjoy the rest of the sessions at CTPDCON Era 2024 and may your pursuit of knowledge continue to shine bright. Thank you. Thank you so much. Have a nice day.
Thank you so much, Paresh sir. Thank you so much, Hemant sir. It was wonderful to have both of you together here on this platform.
Thank you very much, ma'am. Once again,
Thank you
thank you very
much,
much
madam.
to each and everyone who has joined this very session. Thank you, everyone. I'm leaving.
Thank you so
Thank you,
much.
sir.
Thank you so much, Paresh sir.
Thank you very much, madam.
Thank you all. Thank you all the paper presenters. Thank you all the participants. Now we wind this session. Thank you so much.